Hello, this is GBF Aquavantmeister again with a Let's Play of Excelsior Phase 1 Lysandia. And when we last left off, we were in Lysandia, actually trying to get the second amulet, which is the green amulet for Castle Infinitum, or yes, it should be Infinitum. And yeah, let's walk around and talk with some people. The powers of the body are no match for those of the mind, says the wizard. Of course, what else would you say? And this is the stopover in a quiet town. And it's also, yeah, you can sleep here, but I've never even done it, so I don't even know what will happen then. And in these rooms we cannot get into, but there are people there, so we do want to get inside to talk to them. Maybe they have something interesting to say, but this just tells us, leave me be, I wish nothing of you. The hermit. Interestingly, the hermit lives in town with our people, but alone in this in his own room, so we kinda disturbed him there. I know of a scholar named Shoban Randlerum who lives in Randaway. He is experimenting with weather control spells. Yes, and if you recall the balloon guys in the city of Hollow, this information will come into play as soon as that comes into play too. So they're connected. And there's another warrior. Everyone should know how to swim. If you don't, you can learn in Farborough. Yes. Okay, thank you for your information. I can stand at the ready, day and night. And this is a guard who tells us enjoy your stay and obey the law. What else? Wooden horse butchery. Yeah, we don't need any food right now, but this is Owen, the bard, uncovers his head from under his hood. It would be an intelligent move to speak to my traveling companion, Mitchell. And when I first played this, I didn't know where Mitchell was, so I looked far and wide until I realized he should be just above, hiding in the green with green clothes. And yeah, he tells us, Mitchell the Traveler is my name. Thank you. There is a thief in Babel who holds an important key, but you must pay him with some of your own first. Tell him I sent you. Yes, and that means we have to go to Babel. This is actually related to the green amulet. And this is another interesting store, the Johann's Hand Bindery, which is a bookstore which can repair books. I must tell you my latest theory sometime, the scholar replies. But not now. And they are obviously twins because they both tell me the same. And yeah, the sorcerer states what he always states. Autosave. Welcome to my book bindery, says Johann. Feel free to browse. Yeah, we can't actually browse through any books, so... but we will keep that in mind. And there is another one, another guy. Somewhere among the establishments is a master blacksmith who can forge the most delicate items, says the scout. Well, thank you for this information. And we don't want to leave this town yet. As you can see, the boundaries are kinda always the same in every town, but due to the layout, the different layout of the houses, it plays out differently. So we can't actually go past that house. And this is a store which has no name. There are more worlds than those you can see. Yes. And the mage quietly greets you. Welcome. I can offer you a wide selection of magical items. Yes, and since we are a warrior we can't use the wands, but we can buy all the spells now, which we will do, and thankfully all the spells we already bought are shown in, yeah, what is the English color name? Bright blue, turquoise in German, so... Hello there, says the cleric in a friendly tone of voice. There is a fellow named Ted Merlings who is an expert musician and could be of help to you. He travels frequently and is often hard to find. But he was just here yesterday. Today? Who knows? I think he headed off for Babel. Yes, and this actually initiates the quest for the skill of music, which is basically a quest which will drive us all around the world. So, yeah, next we have to go to Babel then. For that quest. Something else in... Which town are we now? What town? Raldia. Raldia. Does it have something else we should do here? It doesn't look that way. Okay. And yeah, as well as for the music quests, as for the green amulet, we have to go to Babel next. And it will be great to know where Babel actually is. Here's the leaper, which tells us to leave him be, a healer, and some poor people who are stuck in this room. Maybe they're poisoned, or I don't know why it would be locked up, why they would be locked up otherwise. Begone! It's full of lepers. My god, the poor lepers. Now you are free to go! Great, I now doomed the city to, yeah, to sickness. Let's save and run away to kill this little guy here, which is a gremlin, and easily killed thanks to our speed blades. Yes, so the next step is in Babel, and I'm not quite sure where Babel was again. I think it was up here as well. We are in the northern section of Lysandia, so it should be around here. And as you also can see, I kinda activated the mouse cursor, which allows us to move as well, but that is a little too fast for my taste, so we could run into enemies pretty easily. But yes, there are actually options in this game, and you can see your commands with the H key, and with Alt and G you can even switch on music. I can't switch on the Sound Blaster sound for whatever reason, but the PC speaker sound. You can also set the message delay, how long messages are staying, and the autosave frequency, which will just leave at 1000 turns. And mouse is currently on. We can turn it off again so that the cursor disappears. And you can hear the steps, which actually slows the game down, which is not something. And you heard the kobold scream there. So this slowdown I don't want. And this is Stockshire, city of Stockshire. Stockshire is by His Majesty's grace. And so we will toggle PC speaker sound off again, so it moves a lot faster. This is the restaurant of the wolf, and there's something we want to do in yes, in this Stockshire, because we can learn to fist fight in here, actually. Be careful what you say around here, the Buccaneer warns. Yes, and that is directly related to the fist fighting. Because we won't look out for what we say, we will say anything to piss off people to teach us how to fight. The gypsy looks up and says, I have spoken with one of the more unfortunate residents of Embiscule. He knows of a blue amulet. Yes, and we already got the blue amulet, so that doesn't concern us anymore, and this man sells us squirrel, lentil soup, porridge, pudding and roast. Let's talk to this guy. Help me please, says the beggar. My life's possessions have been stolen from me from someone named Glai. I believe he is currently on a remote island, but I have no means of transport there. Well, we don't either, until later, until we get the ship and the seamanship skill. And these guys don't tell us anything new. What about you? Ho, fair traveler, my name is Looney, professional ale critic. I see you are a new face in town. Let me give you a small word of advice. Watch out for that Runes character. He is often drunk and tends to pick fights. One should go out of his way to avoid him. And be careful that you never call him Orc Face. He beat a man to a bloody pulp once over exactly that insult. Just ignore him and have a drink. Thank you. Have you run into runes yet? If not, all the better. Just heed my warning and you'll be fine. Okay, and this is runes. You approach the drunkard, but he manages to speak first. What you looking at, huh? You don't like my face or something? Runs lets you out a drunken belch. What do you say to him? Well, how about Orcface? At the mention of Orcface, Runes turns red and the veins in his thick neck bulge. So you wanna die? Says Runes, and as he reaches for you. All activity in the tavern, all 2 people, or 1 people, if you don't count the bartender, is now watching you and the drunkard. Acting on what you feel as instinct, you make a fist and punch the lumbering oaf squarely in the nose. He falls to the floor, clearly stunned at your action. You look at your fist almost quizzically, but certainly realize that you must have just discovered an inborn talent for fist fighting. Ron seems rather dazed from your little scuffle. Lonnie seems shocked. Nobody has ever stood up to Rons. You are truly brave, or at least stupid, my friend. Here, let us drink. Yes, let us drink. Let us drink ale. Which costs us gold pieces and doesn't give us any food, but we are drunk now, I guess. Which is also nice. For this accomplishment. For fist fighting. The drunkard staggers slightly and mumbles an incomprehensible grunt. Well, and this was all in the tavern of the Wayfarer. Yes, you have nothing else to say, and this is the Aegis, which would sell us daggers, sets of quarrels, charmed longswords, which aren't that bad, armor longswords, and a holy mace we can't use because we are not cleric or paladin. What else do we have here? A thought helm, which is basically like the winged boots, but gives us a bonus to intelligence, and a quick plate. I don't recall quick plate. Was it better? Or not? It's certainly expensive, but let's try it. But first, we will look at our intelligence, which is 15 now, and with the helmet it's 18, and if we unwear it, it goes back to 15. Okay, so this is not the same bug as with the winged boots, where the bonus to dexterity stays. Yes, and we have now 15 of armor class and now 14. So armor plate mail is still better, and I don't know what else it does to us. It didn't seem to affect any other stat of us, so we will sell it right back and even gain a little bit money, even with our charm of 5. And here's another bard who hides. There exists a special item which will allow people to communicate with friendly monsters. Yes, but that will be a story for another time. Keen eyes and a soft step are invaluable aids, states the scout. Oh, there's no door here. This door is not locked even. Wonder of wonders. Pleased to meet you, says the woman with a gentle curtsy. And this one will sell us a horse again, because this is the Bori family stable. Yes, and nothing else. There's a mage there, and here is another hostel. Samuel's economical night stop. But there's nothing else we can do or have to do here, and so we will leave and try to find Babel, because that is the next step, and it should be the most north-eastern town of Lysandia. No, it's Pipsley, and Pipsley is, well, they are very friendly and welcome us. The woods have a mystic beauty to them, my friend, yes. The locksmithery would sell us keys. I hear that in Stockshire there are quite a few brawls at the tavern, In fact, I've punched out a couple people myself. Well, great, let's punch. The seedy-looking individual sneers at you and picks his teeth with a stiletto. That doesn't seem all too wise, now does it? And here we have a little fire in the woods, which doesn't seem so wise too. The people in Pipsley are a little bit special. But these are only bards who tell us we have traveled far and wide. But I know in Pipsley there is this guy, which will teach us something. Because he is Therein, the master archer. And he greets us. I can help you develop your skill with bows and crossbows for a nominal fee of 100 gold pieces. Are you interested in undertaking some training? Well, we are, Therein, we are. Excellent! Therein sets up a few targets and demonstrates his technique with a beautifully crafted recurve bow. You take some shots and he shows you how to correct your mistakes. By the end of the session, your skill with missile weapons has greatly increased. Yes, and so we have two other skills ready, while still looking for the Babel town. So this is actually fist fighting and marksmanship. Okay, I'm marking that off here on my list. And okay, music, swimming will come later, seamanship also. Scribe and lockpick is something we're still missing. But of that, only lockpick is really necessary. And of course, swimming and seamanship. Seamanship is quite essential for the game, so you have to learn it. And there are a lot of shops here. Classic boot wear, which would sell us again winged boots. If I take them, I would get another bonus to my dexterity. But I'm not quite sure about the armor class. Let's try it out. And no, it actually reduces our armor class. But right now we have a dexterity of, yes, it should increase. Yes, it increases. So we will load the game again and not buy them, because now we have armor class is up and we don't need that bonus for dexterity anymore, because we already have it and it would break the game too soon. But it kinda is already broken with speed blades and all that, so, but I don't want to. So we don't visit classic bootwear, but the Pipsley grocery, where a woman will tell us it's Esbeth, and she will tell us if we're ever in need of rare cheeses, she's the one to talk with. We will keep that in the back of our minds. And he will sell us apples, cheese, leech, peach, and a torch. For whatever reason, you can also eat torches in this town. It's Pipsley. What do you expect? This is a ranger with standard sentence, and this is I, Lenton. I don't know what that means. Glover. And he will sell us actually gauntlets of might, which we don't yet have. So and we don't have gauntlets either, so we can finally replace our leather gauntlets. Gloves, sorry. The gauntlets give us one more in armor class, and the gauntlets of might do so too, but also give us a bonus in strength. Do they have the same problem? No, like the winged boots, they don't. No, they don't. So we can actually wear them without any problems. And I will do so. So, with a thought helm and gauntlets of might, which increases our strength, we are finally good to go to leave Pipsley and go to looking for Babel again. Now we've cleared all the towns in the northern section of Lysandia. We will have to read some signs which tell us where is Stockshire. And but we don't want to do anything in Stockshire yet, but rather go to Babel. Woodshade is in the south, and no. Okay, let me think. Where was Babel again? I remember now. It's one of the 3 towns which are pretty close and just south of Excelsior. Since I did... Okay, here's Excelsior again. And since I did want to go there anyways, it is actually fitting. For me. Kill this null and this gremlin. Yes, it has been a gremlin after all. But this is none. This seems to be a kobold. And a lot of kobolds now. Seems there's the whole family here. Which is kinda sad, but I'm not attacking myself, they are attacking me. And this hobgoblin, who also left us with 1 gold piece. And this should be the town of Babel, yes. So, in Babel, we will talk to someone Mitchell has told us about. Should be able to find him here. Oh, this is the book repair guy. And who are you? Pleased to meet you, woman. Who are you? A scholar with a fury. Guard your stay. It is said that there is a small piece of uncharted land far to the northeast of the land, says the wizard nonchalantly. Well, let's keep that in mind. Because we eventually will have to go there. And who are you? A game guy of 3 crowns. But since this game doesn't keep any logs of your quests, you have to remember it all. So if you forget something, you forget something. Ah, okay. So Mitchell sent you, eh? Perhaps I have some information you need. And perhaps I will tell you if you give me a set of 10 keys. Deal? Oh, I don't see you doing anything forbidden with the 10 keys, like me. So, yes. An amulet, a green amulet, is hidden in the Forgotten Pits, and that would be the first dungeon we encounter, and it is located south of Castle Infinitum, actually. So we know that. But something we already also wanted to do here is talk about the Music Man, which is the quest to get the music skill. And Music Man is oftentimes a bard, but not always, and should tell us where the next clue is, well, where the bard went next. Book repair guy. Do you have? No, you don't have to tell me anything. Ready day and night. You are the glove man. And seem to be missing someone here. Okay, who are you? There's an excellent training facility in Excelsior, yes, we know that. And here are some weapons in battle. Like the Ginsu sword, which is also really good, and the Retribution sword, which is also pretty good. So if you don't want speed blades, you can get those. But in the Blade's Edge, this is the Jolly Grocer, and the Jolly Grocer has some guy who will tell us, you seek Jet Merlings. I'll write that down now, his name. Jet Merlings, okay. He is a friend of mine who just passed through here, of course. I believe he was on his way to Oblier. Give him my regards if you find him, says the debonair bard. Well, of course, I will say hello to your friend. Say hello to my little friend. Yes, and this was in the Jolly Grocer. And oh, this is the key guy again. The lock and key. fitting name for a shop which sells keys, but no locks. Interesting. Let's look at the signpost. Wickmire is to the west, Excelsior to the north, Babel to the south, we can just see it, and Whittlenix to the east. There is something in Wickmire we want to do. It's not that far away. These are the 3 towns, which are pretty much in the center of Lysandia. Roundabout. I always call it the center of Lysandia with 3 towns. It is the cultural center of the continent. Butchery, and we want to go to a scribe person, which could be located here in Brian's bindery. Upon inquiring about his wares, Brian replies, "I'm afraid that I cannot sell you anything. Ever since the king passed his new tax law, every item I sell results in a loss. Therefore, I will sell to no one." Well, that is quite a harsh tax law, which doesn't allow you to sell anything, because you won't even make one profit or even come even. So, yeah, this is the only shop in the game which doesn't sell anything, because the king taxed them too high. And this scholar, which looks just like the other scholar, who doesn't say anything interesting to us actually, although he claims he has a smart theory. This one tells us, "Salutations to you, I do declare," says a rather stern-sounding man who peers down at you from behind a set of nicely crafted bifocals. Have you had a chance to read Blobnik, his means and methods yet? It is quite fascinating. By a response, the man realizes you are unable to read higher texts. "Allow me to introduce myself," he says. "I am Desnino, General Dilettante. I can teach you to read advanced pen crafts, if you will allow me to. I do it at no charge, merely for the pleasure I get in spreading literacy among the people. I do request, though, a small donation, of course, to go to helping children learn the joys of reading. 25 gold pieces sounds fair, does it not?" "Yes." "Splendid! Desnino instructs you in the art of reading, and provides you with a book with which to test your skills. At first glance, you can make nothing out of the art script." Yes, there is not much we can make out. "Gradually, the characters begin to take shape." I can read something like North Ficicel and Fupt in the Fup South, why bit why, okay. You begin to piece together certain words. Yes, twin Blackhole cities and yes. Become some other words. At long last, the entire manuscript is legible to you. And it reads, "A careful geographical survey of the mainland of Lysandia brings up a directional oddity with regards to the twin Blacksel cities. The observant traveler will notice that South Blacksel is actually found in the north, while North Blacksel is found in the south. Why did this misnomer occur, one may ask oneself. The answer is surprisingly simple, and somewhat amusing. Someone played a trick on the man who founded the 2 cities during the planning stages by turning the map of the land upside down, when he wasn't paying attention. The founder did not notice the difference, and named his 2 cities such. By the time the error was noticed, he had become rather fond of the names, and opted not to change them." How nice to see you again, my friend. It was just about a minute. Allow me to recommend an excellent yarn by the name of Cheese and Magic. I hope you get a chance to read it someday soon. Yes, someday we will read Cheese and Magic. I really am interested in that book because that sounds awesome. What is the connection between cheese and magic? Could it be connected to the woman in whatever the town was, Pipsley, I think, with her magic cheese? I suspect a connection. Maybe she was inspired or even wrote the book. Could well be. Magic cheese. So, this was to do in Wickmire. And now we can scratch that off the list as well. And I don't recall it having any use. And what is the next step in our master plan? Yeah, we did want to get the green amulet and the forbidden pits, and it should be around yes, it is south of Castle Infinitum, where we will go now, and into our first dungeon. And to get a really, really useful item down these worn out paths, King Valkyrie is really not... oops, made the autosave at the wrong place, but that's okay. Really doesn't, even though he raises the taxes at a regular basis, it seems, so that shops don't even make a profit anymore, he can't keep the streets in check to the other cities of or castles like Infinitum. And well, here is Infinitum again. Nice little castle, like Excelsior, surrounded by water. And if we go south of here, we will find a crater in which there lies some stone, which is actually a Saturnian rock and dirt. But we will not get that. That is actually connected again to the quest with the balloon and the weather control spells, but that will be much later actually, so just for telling you something which doesn't help you right now, but for us, but this is a little sightseeing tour through the land of Lysandia. And forgotten pits are right here, and you can see the entrance. And we can't actually take the horse with us, so we step down, and now the horse is brown again, but will stay there for us, like the trusty servant it is. And yes, if we enter them, we will see that we can not see the whole map. There's a ladder through which we just came, and there are already two enemies waiting for us somewhere in the dungeon. And I think if you don't have dark eyes, you would actually see even less than we see now. But I have no confirmation of that. We could use the torch if that enhances our view, and it doesn't. Well, that would mean that the torch is the same as the dark eyes. But in this dungeon we will get actually something which is much better than dark eyes or a torch. In yes, forgotten pits. I'm saving like crazy here, because I will make a break here and get back to you when we will explore the forgotten pits in search of the green amulet and some magic lantern. Until then, this GBF Ackerwaldmeister signing off.